Hi there. Today we're going to talk about low back discomfort, and specifically we're going to talk about low back pain in golfing, but it happens in other sports too. Golf, tennis, hockey, lacrosse, racquetball, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of twisting, a lot of motion that goes on in the sports that we love to play. So what we try to do as a chiropractor is find out what areas aren't moving correctly. So here we call it a subluxation, and one of the first things that we do is we take an x-ray to see how is the body moving. So if the body's not moving correctly, what we do as chiropractors is we go in and we make sure we do an adjustment in there to get that joint moving correctly. Getting the joint moving correctly means that it's going to fire the nerve correctly to the muscles. And the great thing about our profession is we're the only docs that can do those three things together. And what we find is sometimes people have tight muscles, sometimes people have inability for the joints to move correctly, but when we put all those three things together, we get great results with that. So if the vertebrae is not moving correctly or it's stuck, it can cause muscle tension, it can cause inflammation. That's why a lot of times people will be prescribed anti-inflammatories, and we don't really like that because the inflammation process is going on for a reason, because the joint or nerve isn't firing correctly. Sometimes people will be prescribed muscle relaxers, but muscle relaxers just take away the protective mechanism of the body. So we always like to see, well, where's the root problem, and fix the root problem. So once we get an adjustment firing, or the nerves firing better, the body will function a lot better. So if you look over here, this is an x-ray that we do when people come in because we want to see the alignment of the body in there. And that tells us exactly what's going on. Here, in some people, we'll see that the discs are nice and thick, but the disc can also go really thin. There can be some degeneration going on, and then what happens is it starts to choke the nerve. So that's the great thing about chiropractic care, is we make sure the joints, the nerves, and the muscles are all firing correctly, and we get an unbelievable success rate. One of the great things that we do in our practice here is when we do our thorough analysis is we look at the autonomic nervous system. So we want to see how the nerves are firing to every organ, tissue, cell. So this helps a lot, not only with our athletes, for golfers, lacrosse players, hockey players, but for everybody. It helps us to see how the nervous system is functioning. We know that the nervous system is the master system of the body, and that's the great thing about chiropractic care, is we're the only doctors that truly treat the nervous system. So that's what we do in here, and when we do that, we can see where there's heat and inflammation. We can also, when we do another test, we use the sensors here, and the sensors can tell us how the nerves are firing to the muscles in the body and which way the muscles are pulling. So the colors will tell us mild, moderate, severe tension, and black is off the chart. So this is a thorough analysis that we do when all our patients come in to see how their body is functioning.